Murders in the Bahamas are now at a record high. 5 killings over the weekend have pushed the number to 100 for the year so far. It's the highest number of murders recorded in a single year since records have been kept in the Bahamas. 4 of the murders took place between Friday night and Saturday afternoon. This time last year, the murder count stood at 68. Energy Minister Senator Darcy Boyce has been giving more details about moves by Barbados and Trinidad and Tobago to hold discussions early next month about the importation of natural gas into Barbados via a pipeline. Those talks pertain to the start of negotiations for an agreement between the two countries to provide the framework for the involvement of the private sector companies in the project.
Negotiations on that pipeline we expect will start very, very shortly, in the sense saying hopefully within a month, with the Trinidadians. The minister in cabinet that is leading that charge is Minister David Eswick, who took on the responsibility when he was Minister of Economic Affairs, and he's continued since. He's done quite a lot of work in it already. We've got the draft agreements and prepared the intergovernmental agreements and the host country agreements, and draft. There's been discussion between the potential buyers, potential sellers of the gas, and so that process has been going quite well.
St. Lucia is asking the Barbados government to state why it has not given the green light for Redjet to operate between the two countries. Tourism Minister Alan Chasney, who has just returned from the United Kingdom, where he held talks with British Airways and Virgin Atlantic, said he's concerned about the delay. The minister said they have written to the Barbados authorities querying the situation, since St. Lucia has given Redjet approval to fly between Barbados and St. Lucia for some time now. He said that despite a number of teething problems facing Redjet in recent days, he is still looking forward to the airline servicing St. Lucia. Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago, Kamla Persad-Bissessar, is calling for more women to participate in parliaments across the world. She made the comment during a women's conference in New York.
For those who have achieved 30%, we must now say let's move to 50%. And for those who have not reached the 30%, this is why we are networking and trying for all of us to rise to that level.
But it should not stop there, she told the audience, that included U.S. Secretary of State Hillary Clinton. She called on all to work harder to ensure that women hold half of the decision-making power in all countries across the world.
I would like to see women comprising half our legislatures, half our local government bodies, half our state boards, half the private sector boardrooms, half our leaders in civil society and community organizations, and half our decision-making in all other spheres. Why, you ask me? Chinese proverb tells you, women, they hold up half the sky.
The Prime Minister made it clear that women already carry major burdens in many areas.
It is not okay that 70% of the world's poor are women. It is not okay that violence against women is perpetrated in our homes, in our public spaces, in situations of armed conflict. It is not okay that girls are victims of incest and sexual violence. It is not okay that they bear the burden of teenage pregnancy.
In business tonight, just over a third of the island has free wireless internet access, and the Barbados Entrepreneurship Foundation has just 2 more months before its November the 11th deadline to have the entire island covered by Wi-Fi. But the foundation is confident it will succeed. Spearheading this BEF initiative is Melanie Jones, who says nearly 100 entities have agreed to unlock their Wi-Fi in keeping with the program's requirement.
About 2 or 3 of the listed entities are private. So, for example, my home location is on this because my Wi-Fi is unlocked, and I'm in St. George where Wi-Fi is quite badly needed. But there are only 2 or 3 others like me on this list. Every other concern on this list is a business of one sort or another. And, you know, there's been a lot of growth since the last press conference we did. The list has really got a lot bigger.
She adds that the BEF is also encouraged by the wide cross-section of people and businesses that have responded.
It's not just, you know, the small man who out of the goodness of their heart is making their little contribution. it's definitely a huge roar of support coming from the business sector in Barbados. The other thing that's important about the list, when you have time to look at it, is that it really spans so many different sectors. You know, you have healthcare and medical facilities. You have the community centres that have worked so closely with us. You have the airport and the port in Bridgetown. You have schools, government schools, private schools. You have businesses in the financial services arena. You have retail businesses, businesses in hotel and tourism, businesses in leisure and other hospitals. You know, it's really cross-sectoral.
And the BEF is planning a Blitz Day this Saturday as part of the initiative. Program manager Chris Harper explained that they're aiming to get 50,000 signatures.
We'll be in Hero Square as our base camp, but we will have our gram steppers, volunteers in every parish at strategic locations, asking people to sign up to the People's Covenant. In Hero Square, we're going to have Tele Barbados Wi-Fi in the whole area, so anyone who wants to bring out a mobile devices or any other devices can come and access the free Wi-Fi there. But we'll be asking people to like our Facebook page there. We have Covenant books.
Meantime, Chief Executive Officer of the Foundation, Damien McKinney, talked about the importance of the event.
The first intent behind asking for signatures is actually to say, are you committed? And if you're committed, we'd like you first of all to take action. So go home, unlock your padlock. If you have a business, then think about providing whatever spare capacity you have to other people. So this is not about necessarily us saying, I've signed up for somebody else to do something. I'm signing up to make a commitment to do something. That's part one. Part two is then to show that actually there is a real, there is such a high degree of commitment behind this initiative that we as a people, the people of Barbados, actually would like more longer term sustainable effort to be put into this particular area, infrastructure, etc.
As we go to break, here is a summary of today's trading on some of the region's stock exchanges.